Hey y'all, my name is Kelly and I'm a licensed medical esthetician and laser technician and phlebotomist here in Fort Worth, Texas. But I do love to play The Sims 4 during my free time. After not playing The Sims 4 for about a year, I am leaving the 100 baby challenge behind. It saddens me to leave the 100 baby challenge behind because I think I got to 50 children in the 100 baby challenge. So I made it to the halfway mark, but I think I'm going to start a new challenge. I think this is a challenge that I made up. It's called the 100 Daddy Challenge. It's very similar to the 100 Baby Challenge, but instead of having 100 babies, I need to have 100 fathers. So I can have more than 100 kids. I just need to make sure I have 100 fathers. And it's also a mixture between the Black Widow Challenge and the Gold Digger Challenge. So it's a mix between the 100 Baby Challenge, the Gold Digger Challenge, and the Black Widow Challenge. I am calling this the 100 Daddy Challenge. So in this 100 Daddy Challenge, it's the same rules as the 100 Baby Challenge, but I can move in a parent to change if they need to get my sim pregnant. I'm going to move them in, steal their money, and then be done with them, off them baby. There's about 50, I want to say 53 different ways you can kill a sim in The Sims 4. So I want to try and do all of those. Now, bonus points if you do hit all of the different ways to kill a sim in The Sims 4. I do not have all of the packs, so I know I can't kill them all. Because I think like in the Snow Escape pack, you can kill a sim by them rock climbing and then they fall off the rock climb a couple of times and pass away that way. And I think the For Rent pack, I think they can die by getting mold in their house, and I don't have that pack. So yeah, we are offing our daddies. So Kelsey and Peachake is the one who inspired me to try out the 100 Baby Challenge. And what she did in her challenge was she put the birth certificates up on the wall to track to see how many babies she had. But in the 100 Daddy Challenge, instead of keeping the birth certificates, I'm keeping and displaying the urns once the fathers die off. And just like in the 100 Baby Challenge, infants, in order for them to age up, they need to hit a gross motor and a fine motor skill of 3. Toddlers need to hit a level 3 on all of their skills. Children and teens need to be an A student. And I cannot use cheats. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. It is SimfulSundae because I stream mostly on Sundays and sometimes on Mondays, and I plan on uploading here on YouTube on Thursdays. Without further ado, welcome to episode 1 of my 100 Daddy Challenge. So I started off by making my matriarch, a sim that looks similar to me, starting with her personality. I made her a young adult who is romantic, girly, and just a silly goose. She wants to be an entertainer, specifically a comedian. She is attracted to both men and women so that we have more options for potential daddies. I'm a natural brunette, but I do bleach my hair. So I wanted her to have a dirty blonde hair that is kind of mid-length and wavy. And I have green eyes, so I wanted her to have green eyes as well. I'm Irish, German, and Native American, so I wanted her features to be as close to mine as possible. But create a sim and build mode are not entertaining for me. I like more of a gameplay, so I feel like I didn't spend as much time on creating her to look exactly like me as I could have. But I also don't want to see a sim that looks exactly like me woohooing with 100 different potential daddies. Her outfit style is definitely similar to mine. They are clothes that I would definitely wear in the real world, especially the formal wear. I need to put her in that one more often. I am not an accessory person, so I don't like my Sims to wear much makeup or hats or jewelry. I picked Death by Freezing, which I feel I will regret later because I do have the seasons pack. Her likes and dislikes, I made them similar to mine. She does like pink, jokes, silly behavior, etc. She does not like mean Sims as much. I'm a Capricorn, so she definitely likes nature and hard-working Sims, especially since we plan on having them move in and then take all of their money. I made her name be Ryan Delaney because Ryan is my boyfriend's middle name and Delaney is my college roommate's name. I uploaded her to the gallery if y'all would like to play with her. My EA handle is Kelly Elizabeth, I believe. I started in spring since it is spring right now and that is my favorite season. She lives in Willow Creek, which is inspired by NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana. Since Kelsey and Peacha K is the 100 Baby Challenge champion, I went to her gallery to see if she has any floor plans for the 100 Daddy Challenge or any house that has a kill room in it, like the Black Widow Challenge that she did. The houses in her gallery were a little out of my budget, so I just picked a 2-bed, 1-bath lot near the water in Willow Creek, New Orleans. There was a Sims task challenge going on in the game, which normally I love. It gives me something to do while playing the gameplay. In this challenge, there was a character named Marina, which my Sim was quickly smitten by. She had her first kiss and her first woohoo with Marina. But since she was a character in the task challenge, I was having some difficulty getting her to move in to be a potential daddy. I needed her to move in so that I could 1, steal her money, but 2, change her ability to get other Sims pregnant. But I think she was a part of the task challenge, so I couldn't move her in and I had to move on to find a new daddy. Also in this task challenge, I was rewarded with an easel, which I use to make money, and I make my victims / daddies make me money by also doing paintings. During Ryan and Marina's woohoo session, the neighbors decided to welcome her to the neighborhood, which I usually mind, but this time I didn't because I need to have potential new dads for this challenge. Since we were having trouble getting Marina to stay the night and / or move in with us, I decided to hit the town, play the task challenge, and find people to meet and tell jokes to, since our girl is just a silly goose. At the gym, she meets my favorite Sim, Nalani, who is a freaking mermaid. I am so excited that our first daddy in this challenge is going to be my favorite Sim, who is also a mermaid. That means our first child will be a mermaid also. Nalani and our girl Ryan hit it off, and Ryan proposes after they share their first kiss. But Nalani declines the proposal and Ryan apologizes via woohoo. The apology apparently worked because Nalani moves in, we steal her money, and we edit her to be able to get Ryan pregnant with our first baby. This is so exciting because Nalani is my favorite Sim. Yes, she is my favorite only due to the fact that she is a mermaid, but I want a mermaid baby. And it does make me sad that she will also be our first kill because I do love her so much. Until our girl gets pregnant, I have Nalani working on her painting skills so that she can make us some artwork to hang on the walls, as well as make art to sell so that we can make as much money as we can so we can build a kill room and do some house renovations. Okay, some messy drama takes place while Nalani and Ryan are having dinner. Marina comes over to the house uninvited. Vlad also stopped by the house, so Ryan was meeting Vlad. Ryan basically told Marina that it wasn't a good time and to come back. Never. After Marina leaves, Ryan and Nalani get down to business, baby. And they try for baby. After several attempts, might I add, they are finally successful and Ryan is pregnant with our firstborn child. For baby names, since we are pregnant with a mermaid's baby, hello. If it's a girl, I'm thinking Ariel, obviously, and if it's a boy, I'm thinking Sebastian. But unfortunately, since we are pregnant, the kill needs to start. There is about 50 ways to kill a sim in The Sims 4, and for our mermaid, I chose to lock her in the bedroom and have her death be death by dehydration. While Nalani is drying out like a fish stuck on land, our girl Ryan decides to hit the town to meet our next potential victim. That is where she meets Victor Fang, and you won't believe our girl Ryan decides to impersonate a mermaid to Victor. She is so embarrassing, but she plays it off pretty well, telling him that she's currently pregnant with a mermaid's baby. She leaves off the fact that one is currently starving to death in our home, but he doesn't mind this one bit because he then tells her that he's married. So our girl Ryan is thinking, that's okay, we can invite him back to her place. We don't want to draw too much attention to themselves since they're out in public. She's pregnant, he's married, but they decide to have their first kiss anyways. Our girl is drama. And it doesn't just stop there. Our girl is like, hey, it was nice meeting you and all, but I'm a little hungry and I have to pee. You wanna go back to my place? And Victor says, yeah, wife who? They go back to Ryan's house and Nalani is just napping it out, hanging out in the kill room. And Victor and Ryan continue where they left off and woohoo in the next room over from Nalani. After their woohoo session, Ryan asked Victor to be a romantic partner, aka she says, hey, can I be your mistress? Since he's married, he agrees. However, that doesn't stop our girl. She is on a mission to have 100 baby daddies. When Victor leaves to go back home to his wife, as he should, our girl Ryan meets a nice, fine-looking man who is just out on a walk and happens to be in the right place at the right time because Ryan sees him and immediately gets her flirt on. While she is outside flirting with him, I noticed that there's a tree next to her house where if you view it and water it, you can end up exploring the tree. Unfortunately, we didn't get very far, so that is something that we'll just have to work on next time throughout the series. So after exploring the tree, our girl has a thought while using the restroom because she's pregnant that she wants to get engaged to Victor. Yeah, she completely forgets the fact that he's married. She's like, nope, I want to have 100 baby daddies and I want to get engaged to him. I think this will speed it along. Whew, she stresses me out. But this is the point of the game. So the next morning, our girl does exactly what you're thinking she does. She invites him over. He arrives, they get their flirt on, he's feeling her belly, and she says, hey, leave your spouse, will you? Then proposes. This is the second time she's proposed to somebody. She falls quick, and I don't know how much longer this will last once these kids start popping out. Unlike Nalani, Victor actually accepts the proposal, so we have to move Victor in, right on the other side of the wall of our dying fish. While he's moving in, and we steal all his money, we find out that he has a daughter with his wife. I feel so bad knowing that he's about to be our next victim, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Ryan is exhausted from ruining lives, But while she's sleeping, she gets a call from her one and only friend, Liberty, and she comes over to get all of the latest gossip. Victor is having conflicting feelings about leaving his wife for Ryan. He's happy that he's engaged, but he's sad about his divorce. I'm personally sad that it's taking our fish so long to die. I was sad about her potentially dying. Now I'm just sad that she won't die, and this is taking longer than it should have. I took away the bed, hoping this will help speed up the dying process. I was nervous that having the bed was helping with her energy and sleep levels, so I took that away to decrease her hunger, water, and energy needs. And our girl wouldn't be our little drama magnet without thinking about her ex Marina while sleeping next to her new man. Oh, and did I forget the part where she wakes up the next morning and messages Marina along with all of her other flirtationships? Yeah, while Victor is at work, she calls and invites over Marina, and when Marina comes over, they woohoo in Ryan and Victor's bed. Again, while Victor is at work and while Nolani is on the other side of the wall. Our girl Ryan is messy. But in other news, the exterior of our home gets a little makeover since we have moved in and robbed 2 baby daddies. I still can't figure out how to move in Marina to get her to be a potential daddy, so that is something we need to work on in another episode. Okay, so while Ryan was resting up before her due date and Nolani was slowly dying in the other room, I looked over at my live stream just at the scene that was going on, and the scene in my Sims was giving The Housemaid. Have you guys seen that movie or read that book? I have a second YouTube channel where I do like movie commentary videos. I started off doing it with the Disney movies, but I'm thinking of adding The Housemaid to the list. So give a like and a comment if you want me to do The Housemaid over on my movie commentary channel. I keep waiting for Nolani to die.
How long is this going to take?
So I make her do things like open an umbrella indoors, hoping that would give her some bad luck and lightning would strike her and she would die, or mopping up her accidents to burn more energy to make her pass away, but it does nothing. So if y'all have any ideas on how to better kill off an occult sim, leave them down in the comments below. So our girl Ryan isn't the only one who's messy. Victor decides to invite over his ex-wife while Ryan is at work. She comes over to the house, Victor tries to apologize, but they do end up arguing on the front doorstep. He asks for advice on his relationship and asks about woohoo techniques and asks his wife to secure a vote for him. She blows up in his face, rightfully so, like who does he think he is? And he has the audacity to ask what her problem is. She ends up coming inside the house, still super shady, that his ex-wife would come inside the house while his current fiance is at work. Ryan comes home from work while the ex-wife is in the house, but you know our girl, she just looks at her like, ooh, potential victim / daddy. But Ryan is also very materialistic since this is also the gold digger challenge, so she's not too interested in the ex-wife. She kind of looks at her like, we already stole all your money, so you can't really do anything for me. So the ex-wife ends up leaving. Leading up to Ryan's due date, she asks Victor like, hey, you know what can speed this delivery process along? Is if we woohoo. Victor is too upset to woohoo from seeing his ex-wife, which I'm sorry, he has a new dime of a fiance, like he needs to get over it. Then, boom, Marina dies, our sweet little gorgeous mermaid. Salt on the wound. But her urn is the prettiest thing with the cutest seashell on top. I'm so sad that our firstborn child wasn't born yet to meet their parent, but that's just how this challenge works, unfortunately. I prep for our baby to come, either a boy or a girl with a cute mermaid bassinet. I set up the kill room with the easel so that our victims can paint and make us some money while being trapped in the room. I also left the urn in the kill room for manifestation on the next victims to not take as long in their passing. Then, not long after, our first child is born, and it's a boy, so we name him Sebastian. This challenge is going to be so much fun. I am so excited to play, so make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below different ways you would like to see our victims die. Bye!